welcome to Now Showing. I'm Atika Faruqi. We have managed to get a power-packed show today for you. There is films, there is technique of filmmaking, and there are directors who put everything together. And of course, a beautiful film recommendation for this weekend. So sit tight, and here is what's coming up for the next 30 minutes. Oscar-nominated American drama Into the Wild, directed by Sean Penn and starring Emily Hirsch and Marcia Gay Harden, is my recommendation for your weekend home viewing. An exclusive conversation with acclaimed actor Nawazuddin Siddiqui about his recent big honor and his international Emmy nomination. As Ranbir Kapoor Nargis Fakhri starrer Rockstar completes 10 years this week, we have films director Imtiaz Ali revealing why Ranbir Kapoor's Jordan had that anger and film's connection with the love story of Heer Ranjha. And Nikah fame, blue-eyed beauty Salma Agha's daughter, singer Zara Khan talks about her new single Kusu Kusu, reveals why her mother said goodbye to her acting career. And let's start with my film recommendation for this weekend. Into the Wild is a 2007 American biographical adventure drama film written, co-produced and directed by Sean Penn. It is an adaptation of the 1996 non-fiction book of the same name and tells the story of Christopher McCandless, a man who hitchhiked across North America into the Alaskan wilderness in the early 1990s. The film stars Emily Hirsch as McCandless and Marcia Gay Harden and William Hurt as his parents. McCandless had money, a loving family, a college degree and anticipated going to Harvard Law School too. But he came to the realization that he wasn't living his life the way he wanted to. So, he donated $24,000, all his life's earnings, and just left. McCandless left because he believed there is nothing more damaging to the adventurous spirit within a man than a secure future. His security made him resent his own life. Into the Wild celebrates the idea of living simply and appreciating what has been given to you. It's a film that makes you want to change the way you live and gives you a different outlook on life, and that's why it is so important. The film was nominated for 2 Golden Globes and 2 Academy Awards in the category of Best Editing and Best Supporting Actor.
Nawazuddin Siddiqui, welcome to the show. You are of course currently shooting for your film Piku with Sheru और आप प्ले कर रहे हैं शेरू. तो कैसी चल रही है शूटिंग और जिंदगी?
हाँ, जिंदगी बहुत अच्छी चल रही है और शूटिंग तो कमाल ही चल रही है, बहुत बढ़िया काम हो रहा है एंड क्योंकि स्क्रिप्ट उसकी बहुत अच्छी थी और वी आर ऑल एंजॉयिंग द मूवी एंड प्रोसेस।
कैसा लग रहा है? सिनेमास अभी खुले हैं, सूर्यवंशी का बॉक्स ऑफिस रिपोर्ट इज वेरी गुड. क्या होप नजर आती है कि पीपल विल कम बैक टू सिनेमास, आपको लगता है?
मैं तो फिल्म में देखता नहीं हूँ, मुझे नहीं मालूम कौन क्या कर रही है बॉक्स ऑफिस पे और ना मुझे इतना ख्याल होता और ना मैं अपनी फिल्मों का भी देखता। मेरा काम है एक्टिंग करना और बस उतना ही काफी है मेरे लिए। आई थिंक ये क्या खुल के क्या हो रहा है, क्या रंग खिला रहे, गुल खिला रहे हैं, आई डोंट वांट टू नो एक्चुअली।
नवाज जी, कांग्रेचुलेशंस फर्स्ट. हाल ही में आपको नवाजा गया है एक्सीलेंस इन सिनेमा अवार्ड एट द फिल्म फेयर मिडिल ईस्ट अचीवर नाइट. क्या आपके लिए मौका था आपके मिडिल ईस्ट फैंस के साथ कनेक्ट करने का?
ऑफ कोर्स, क्योंकि मौका इसलिए था क्योंकि बहुत सारी ऑडियंस है वहां पे, बहुत लोग थे जब हम लोग गए थे। मैंने कभी एक्सपेक्ट नहीं किया था। एक बहुत बड़ा स्टेडियम था, होटल का जो पूरा मैदान था वो भरा हुआ था। तो एटलीस्ट आपकी इजाफा होता आपकी फैन फॉलोइंग में, आपके चाहने वालों में, जो लाइक करते हैं आपको उसमें वो बढ़ते हैं, तो एक अच्छा लगता है। स्पेशली अवार्ड से ज्यादा जो ऑडियंस प्यार देती है वो बहुत अच्छा लगता है।
Or I want to congratulate you again because for your big Emmy nomination, you are of course nominated in the best performance by an actor category for Sudhir Mishra's Serious Man. आपने कहा है कि ये nomination actually is very reaffirming कि you are making the right choices.
बिल्कुल, ऑफ कोर्स, क्योंकि एमी जैसे अवार्ड में आपको नॉमिनेट किया जाता है वो बहुत बड़ी बात इसलिए होती है क्योंकि वो पूरे वर्ल्ड से सिलेक्ट करते हैं एक्टर को, मूवीज को, सीरीज को, और उसमें से जो उनको लगता है कि भाई ये 4 एक्टर हैं जो सेलेक्ट किए, तो एक बहुत बड़ी बात है मेरे लिए, और मेरे लिए यही यही है कि भाई नॉमिनेशन हो गया, यही बहुत बड़ी बात है कि आपके काम को इंटरनेशनली रिकॉग्नाइज किया जा रहा है। इसका मतलब ये है कि मैं जो पाथ लेके चला था, जो मैं चीजें लेके चल रहा हूँ, वो करेक्ट है, वो किसी भी तरीके से रॉन्ग नहीं
यू आर अ मजा हुआ एक्टर हु लव्स एक्टिंग, चाहे
है।
वो शॉर्ट फिल्म्स हो या फीचर फिल्म्स हो या सीरीज हो। तो कौन सी वो चीज थी जिसने आपको डिस्टर्ब किया, जिसने आपको मजबूर किया ये डिसीजन लेने पे कि आपने बोला कि अब मैं सीरीज, डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म पे सीरीज में काम नहीं करूंगा?
मेरा सीरीज का भी फिलहाल मन नहीं है, और मैंने जिस तरीके से अभी देख रहा हूँ मैं, स्पेशली सीरीज नॉट फिल्म्स, जो डिजिटल पे फिल्म्स आ रही हैं वो तो बहुत अच्छी आ रही हैं, बट हमारे यहाँ सीरीज का जो होता है ना, हर चीज का एक भेड़ चाल बन जाती है, तो वो उससे मैं इत्तेफाक नहीं रखता हूँ। और स्पेशली क्या हो रहा है कि जो बड़े प्रोडक्शन हाउसेज हैं, वो बहुत पैसा सीरीज ओटीटी से ले रहे हैं, और वो एक तरह से बिजनेस बना लिया गया है। वो कोई भी कंटेंट लो, और कंटेंट लो, स्टोरी लो, और मतलब उसको एक तरीके से वो लपेट के और जल्दी से बना के दे दो। तो इस तरह की जो चीजें चल रही हैं, वो उसमें मैं शामिल नहीं होना चाहता, फ्रेंकली स्पीकिंग। हाँ, जब कभी माहौल अच्छा होगा, कोई अच्छी एक पैशन के साथ कुछ बनेगा, तो डेफिनेटली मैं, हर हर एक्टर उस चीज का हिस्सा होना चाहता है, मैं भी हूँगा।
आपकी इस साल कोई बड़ी रिलीज नहीं थी, मगर वी सॉ यू एंजॉयिंग बारिश, आप बारिश एंजॉय करते हुए हमें दिखे। वी सॉ यू रियली डांसिंग इन दिस सॉन्ग बाय बी प्राक टाइटल बारिश की जाए।
बारिश की जाए।
वाज दिस योर फर्स्ट म्यूजिक वीडियो? और
हाँ, फर्स्ट म्यूजिक वीडियो 2 दिन में हमने शूट किया था वो सॉन्ग। मुझे आवाज आवाज अट्रैक्ट की थी बी प्राक की, बहुत ही यूनिक और बहुत ही डिफरेंट आवाज है उनकी।
you know, we really missed you at the movies this year. So for your fans, would you like to give us few lines, maybe the dialogue from Sacred Games ki lagta hai kabhi kabhi apunish bhagwan hai, in 3 different ways to end this conversation, Nawaz ji?
अच्छा, कभी कभी लगता है कि अपनी भगवान है, कभी कभी लगता है कि अपनी भगवान है। कभी कभी लगता है कि अपनी भगवान।
10 years ago, Imtiaz Ali gave us Rockstar, starring Ranbir Kapoor and Nargis Fakhri, which went on to become a milestone in Ranbir's career. The film, which got some mixed reviews when it opened a decade ago, has got the cult status despite its shortcomings. And up next, we have film director Imtiaz Ali taking a trip down memory lane, talking about the inspiration behind the film, creating music with A.R. Rahman, and lots more. In this interview with my colleague Vishal Chatkara.
Yes, first, congratulations. This is your 10th. This is the 10-year anniversary of your film Rockstar that we all love. But to start with, how do you look at the movie now after 10 years?
I have some impressions of Rockstar. I don't remember Rockstar completely because there is so much that has happened while in the making of it and in between that it kind of muddles up the impression of the film itself. But I remember Rockstar, the movie, as a cinematic experience, as a deeply colorful and a deeply connecting kind of an experience. I feel that it is a cinematic mass that is not perfect, but it has some moments of truth.
Let's talk about some unresolved issues for the fans, including myself, who wants to know why Ranveer's character Jordan was so angry throughout the film, even after achieving so much success.
Well, I feel that Rockstar in many ways was about undiscovered desire, you know, things that you don't understand what you feel, some passion that runs in your vein, but you don't know why. There seems to be no reason. It happens in life a lot, but in movies we tend to explain everything logically. Like there's a friend of mine who is from a very privileged family, and he said to me after watching Rockstar that when I see this song Sadda Haq, I feel a passion rise inside me, and I feel, yes, man, you know, we should do it, Sadda Haq, Aithe Rakh, and all that, and we should just lay down the system, and we should struggle against the imposition of the bourgeoisie, etc. And I said to him that you are bourgeoisie, you know, you are from a privileged family. What reason do you have to actually say that you've suffered? And he said, actually none. But I don't know where this Sadda Haq Aithe Rakh kind of passion comes from. So yeah, I feel that Rockstar was a lot about unexplained things, man.
Would you also agree that while Ranveer's character had those layers where we can see his backstory, his emotional journey, while Nargis's he did not have those complexities that required to empathize with her?
Well, it's true, but the story belonged to Janardhan in that way, you know.
Here was the name of the character played by Nargis Fakhri. Was Rockstar inspired by the love story of Heer Ranjha? I mean, even in the Heer Ranjha, the Ranjha goes to his village, and here in Rockstar also, Ranveer goes to Prague to meet Nargis.
Well, it's true actually that you know the backbone of Rockstar really is the backbone of Heer Ranjha. In other ways, I've taken Heer Ranjha's story backbone and implanted it on, Rockstar.
Let's talk about the casting of the movie. Ranveer is this Bombay kid. How do you groomed him, and how sure were you that you'll find your Janardhan in Ranveer?
When I met Ranveer for the first time, I was not thinking about Rockstar. In fact, I had gone to meet him about something else, and he told me the story of Rockstar because it had been in the peripheries of the film industry, and a friend of his had told him that I have a story like this. And Ranveer said, "Sir, what happened about that story? That there's this guy who wants to break his heart, and for that he approaches a girl because she's pretty." And as he kept telling me the story, I realized that this guy would be the perfect guy to actually play Janardhan Jakhar. The other part was him being a Juhu boy, but this is what I feel about actors, that an actor will only have one real life, but his capability of acting should take him to play other characters, which Ranveer, of course, played so beautifully in this film and others.
Nowhere you felt that audience might question why a guy who runs a canteen, Katana Bhai, suddenly become this talent manager.
Because I think if people believe the film, they will understand that this character, Janardhan Jakhar, cannot do a logical thing. What he can do is only to be within the zone of his comfort and keep going on. He doesn't even care whether his career takes off or not after he becomes successful. He just wants Khatana to be there because he knows him, not because he himself is educated or cerebral enough to get the right manager. On the other hand, if you look at it that way, somebody as stupid, I would say, as Janardhan, if he can become a successful music star, then Khatana can definitely become his secretary.
Which according to you was a thematic scene of Rockstar? I mean, the scene which tells us the message of the movie or film kya कहने की कोशिश कर रही है?
I feel the thematic scene of the film was when, in the second half of the film, Jordan tells Khatana Bhai that, Khatana Bhai, I don't want to become a star. मुझे star वार नहीं बनना. बस मेरा दिल नहीं टूटना चाहिए. Which is exactly the reverse of what he had said in the first place, that I want my heart to be broken so that I can become a musical star. कि टूटे हुए दिल से ही संगीत निकलती है. अब वो कहता है, जब हीर की जान खतरे में है, when he's standing in Delhi in a hospital and anything can happen at any point of time, and he would be the one responsible for Heer's death. He's standing in the hospital with the same Khatana and saying, Khatana Bhai, kuch karo Khatana Bhai, do something, which I think conveys the theme of the film, that you have to be careful of what you wish for.
Would you like to share how A.R. Rahman sent you this 30-minute long timeline which had various music pieces and asked you to select from that timeline? Everybody told you that A.R. Rahman hai, bacha lega, but you felt ye to marwa dega.
What I realized while working with Rahman sir in Rockstar is that he does not inspire confidence. He's such a formidable person. He's there is no name bigger than him in Indian music. And you feel that I have never heard a bad song of Rahman. So what he does for my film will also be at least of that level, right? But while you're working with him, he is an acrobat that plays without a safety net. So you don't know how the song is going to be. And you sometimes look at him and feel that, yeah, this is A.R. Rahman, ye to bachaya lega.
Take care of it.
But it seems as though he is not showing any signs of confidence. He's not saying, don't worry, I'm there, I'll do it. He, on the other hand, looks as though he doesn't know what the hell is happening. तभी मुझे लगा कि यार ये तो मरवा देगा, जो करना है मुझे ही करना पड़ेगा लगता है. But that is the greatness of a great man. you know, that he does not make you believe that he's great. Yes, but he used to send these incredibly long improvised tracks to me and and always ask me to select what I like, to piece them together in the way that I would like. And I think that is how he created this magnificent interplay between the film and music.
When you identify the places in the script for the song, what brief do you give to the lyricist, in this case to Irshad Kamil, for a song, say, like Tumko Pa Hi Liya? Is hero admiring his beauty, or is trying to flatter her?
See, in this case, I had told him already that he has lost her and she has lost him. And he's standing over there knowing that he will never see her again. And in fact, he will bear the guilt of killing what he truly loved. And at that point of time, this song is going to begin. And this song has to be a reverse expression of their feeling to each other. So therefore, and the tune was already there. It was the same tune as Tumko, Tum Ho. So that's how he wrote that I have got you forever.
Time for a short break on Now Showing, but don't go anywhere, because on the other side we have yesteryear singer-actress Salma Agha's daughter on her new song. But believe me, we are still singing Fiza Bhi Hai Jawa Jawa. Welcome back to Now Showing. I'm Atika Farooqi. Zara S. Khan, the daughter of yesteryear singer-actress Salma Agha, has a new song out titled Kusu Kusu from Satyamev Jayate 2, which was trending earlier this week for all the wrong reasons. The young singer talks to my colleague Vishal Chatkara about her mother, Salma Agha, why she quit acting and moved to America, and whether she will be making a comeback on the big screen. Listen in.
सुकू 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 नहीं मेरा कुसु 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 तेरा सुकू सुकू नहीं मेरा.
That was really awesome. Zara Khan, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Let's talk about your new songs that's titled Kusu Kusu. I think this is your sixth collaboration with Tanish Bakshi.
Yes.
Remember your first recording with him, and is he the perfect mentor?
Definitely, I think not just for me. In fact, there are some wonderful singers in the industry who have been handpicked by Tanish, like Assis Kaur, Jubin Nautiyal. So I'm a part of that lot, and I feel very lucky and privileged that I am. He's got a good ear for finding singers with the right tone and getting people who are different from what is going on. So yes, I would definitely say he's the reason that I kind of got pulled into the whole singing part of my career.
Now let's first get away with the smell of your new song, Kusu Kusu. That actually means fart in Tamil. Did you know the meaning of Kusu in Tamil when you sang the song?
I had no idea, but Tanish has written it. I think we should catch him for it.
You are, of course, Salma Agha's daughter. Your mom was this big heroine in the 80s. Did you ask your mom why she said goodbye to this successful career and moved to London?
Well, she didn't move to London. She had moved to America, actually. And that was for her children. She wanted to kind of give us a good education and, give us a place where we can just kind of maybe live a little normal life rather than the filmy life, you can say.
While growing up or even now, which are your favorite films of your mom?
Obviously, Nikah was a path-breaking subject, but I loved her in Kasam Paida Karne Wale Ki because I love the song Jhoom Jhoom Baba. It's one of my favorite songs, and I loved her look in it, very modern, very fun, So that I would say is one of my favorite films, and also Unche Log, which had Rajesh Khanna ji in it opposite her.
Were the actors, your mom friend from the Bollywood who used to visit your home in London?
So many. I mean, obviously, we're related to the Kapoors as well. So, all my life while growing up, I've seen them. In fact, even before I was born, Raj ji and everybody, Raj Kapoor ji, everybody used to come to my mom's London house, which was obviously my grandfather. Other than that, obviously there's Raj uncle, Raj Babbar, there's Mithunda as well. And the best part is their children are my friends as well. So I mean the association goes on, and it's a beautiful chain.
Are we going to see you and your mom together on the big screen in the future?
I really hope so. We are going through a couple of scripts and stuff. And there are things in the pipeline, just waiting for them to kind of materialize. But yes, definitely it's on our list. And also along with that, I definitely want to remix her song Dil Ke Arwa.
So then please give us few lines from this song that you want to remix.
Can I? Okay. So I'm going to sing Jhoom Jhoom Baba for you. That is my all-time favorite song of Mom's. ये रात में जो मजा है कुछ नया नया है ये दिल को आज क्या हुआ है कि झूमता ही जा रहा है झूम 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 बाबा झूम 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 बाबा झूम 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 बाबा Whoa.
That's all from all of us here. We see you next week with my review of Bunty or Bubbly 2 and more interviews and lots more action. But for now, goodbye and thank you for watching. Aren't we?